Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are doing great. Today we have a very interesting video, as you might have seen by the title, trying out the dark side. So we're going to talk about this, talk about the things I do like, the things I don't like, and at the end I'll just give you my final thoughts about what I think about this phone. Let's get started. Now for those of you who are here, I apologize if you feel betrayed by my decision to try out the dark side. I know it's a bad decision. I'm sorry. I really am. But I had to try out something new. I like trying out new things. So we're trying out the iPhone 13 Pro. Alright, so the things I like. First of all, the build quality. Now right now it's in a case, but if we take it off, it feels very premium. As you can already tell, glass all over. So let's take it off real quick. My OCD is going to go off the chart. The build quality on this phone is fantastic. You can see those rails, stainless steel, and we also have our matte finish on the backside glass with only the Apple logo in gloss. So the premium feel of this phone is definitely there. The build quality is amazing. Everything feels sturdy and solid, and honestly it feels really good in the hands. I really do like the weight of this phone. Sometimes it's a little too heavy for my liking, but it very much impressed me. Now the next thing that I like, the software optimization is amazing. I could go with the camera, exit out, go into notes, exit out. I could go to Google Maps, and it's just so fluid. I really do like how smooth this UI feels, and I personally am a huge fan of it. I can see why people stick with it. Just the speed of everything on this phone is just so fast and fluid and snappy, and it just works. That's something that I noticed about this phone. Even though the excitement got kind of faded, the fact that it just worked, that's what I really saw as the main thing about this phone. It just works. In everything that you need to do, it just works. It's like the reliable Honda or Toyota that you buy because you never want to pay for maintenance. This is the phone that you buy. And with Android phones, as much as I love them and they have all these features, right? Occasionally some of those features don't work, or they work a little bit off. But with iOS, there's almost very little features, but everything works. There's that counterbalance from each phone manufacturer. With Android, you have a lot of those things, but it's not as polished, versus iPhone, there's almost nothing of features, but it's polished. So that's the kind of trade-off you make when purchasing whether an Android or an iOS device. The next thing that I like is this little toggle switch right here. Very helpful little guy. Definitely like this one a lot. Very nice to have on board. The next thing I really love about this device is the speakers. They sound very full, very deep, and they honestly give you a very balanced sound. And that's something I really do enjoy. Personally, it doesn't give like a bass feel like my Galaxy does. Like the Galaxy gives me a little bit of bass feeling through the phone, but this one, not so much. But it does sound a lot fuller. Anyway, you get my point. And now the last thing that I like about this phone is Face ID. It just works so well, whether in good lighting, bad lighting. It just works whether your hair is up or your hair is down. It just, it just works so well. And boom, we're in. Just so quick to unlock. And obviously I'm behind the camera, so it doesn't really recognize my face unless I go up here. So really awesome technology. I'm glad Apple shortened the notch on this device. As you can see, they made it a lot smaller than last year, and so I'm really happy about that, because it's still pretty bad, but it's better than what it was. I still prefer the little hole punch on Android phones, but slowly but surely they'll probably end up adopting the same technology in the future. Now let's talk about what I don't like. The first thing has to do with the keyboard. Here we have a note, right? I start to type, right, whatever, you know, blah, blah, blah. One thing I really find annoying about this keyboard is that if what you're looking for isn't already in this first menu, you have to press again, and then you can find whatever you're looking for. Then you have to press back, continue typing, and then even for the smallest thing like a period or a comma, you have to press into the menu. I personally would have preferred if these two were at least on the bottom sides on each side of the space. That way it's easily accessible for instant typing rather than going to the menu trying to find the period. So I find that really annoying. It's just a little quirk that I don't like about this phone. The keyboard experience is great in terms of just words, but if you have anything else to do in terms of punctuation or special characters, it's annoying to have to keep going into the menus. Now, moving on to the next thing I don't like, the notification system. If we take a look, this is directly from the home screen. I don't like how disorganized it is. You have your most recent up top, and then the notification center for some reason hides the old ones. If you're on the lock screen, you have to swipe up and then you get your notifications. And when there's more notifications that pile up, right now I don't have that many. When there's more, it just gets so cluttered and it's disorganized. For me, I don't like it. The notification system could be a lot better, and it's definitely one of the things that I really don't like. And later, this little, I guess, option here, it's nice to have sometimes, and other times it's a nuisance to have, because on my Android, I'm used to just swiping on either left or right, and the notification is dismissed. But right here, if I swipe, it gives me like that half action, and it detects that I didn't swipe all the way through. And it's just annoying. I just wish it would go all the way and just swipe away the notification. I get it. At times, it is good to have that option because sometimes you didn't mean to dismiss that notification. So this kind of saves me from dismissing notifications I wanted to keep. So it has its pros and cons. Now, the next thing I don't like about this phone is something in the camera. And most people would, you know, connotate great camera with the iPhone, right? Especially the brand new ones. But this camera has been giving me issues lately, and I've been trying to fix it. I want to see if I can find a forum or something. The camera activates macro mode way too many times on accident, obviously. But even if I get ever so slightly close, it turns on macro mode, and I don't want it to go to macro mode. I just don't. It's a normal photo, but the camera thinks I want to take a macro shot, and it switches to the macro lens like it did right there. But it happens so many times. I mean, it's just annoying. And later you lose quality in that photo. The macro shot doesn't have proper lighting, so it looks terrible, and it ends up in really crummy photos that I'm really disappointed about. It's just annoying. It happens too many times, and that's really my main problem with it. And finally, the last thing that I do not like about this phone is the lack of customization. You cannot put apps anywhere on the home screen. Like, I just wanted to move this app over here. Can't do that. You can barely move the widgets, which I find kind of annoying. The restrictions on iOS is just so annoying. The most I've been able to customize this phone is maybe the widgets, the wallpapers, as you may see. On Android, you can customize just about anything and completely change the software if you wanted to. But this one barely allows you to change your wallpaper, and it's annoying. I just don't like it. It feels so restrictive, and that's a feeling that I don't like, and this phone gives it to me a lot. So it's just something that I'm trying to get used to. There's nothing really here. That's something I really don't like. All right, that was the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. My final thoughts over this phone. This phone is for people who just want a phone that works. You know, just you go in, you work, and you really have no issues with it. You just want it to work on a daily basis, and you don't care about features. You don't care about anything exciting. This phone is a boring phone, but it works, and that's something that I do love about it. It just works every single time without fail. It just works. Now, there's only one place I've noticed a little bit of lag. I was downloading an app for video editing on this phone, and I was looking at the description, and as I was scrolling through the description, it was lagging like an Android phone from 2015. Like, it was just so choppy. Like, it went 120 hertz on this phone. If you don't know, it has 120 hertz refresh rate. It's like it went out the window. It wasn't even there. The screen was probably refreshing at, I don't even know, like 5 or 10 frames per second. It was so choppy. I don't even understand how that was possible. I don't know what happened, but it happened. And I am going to be using this for content on the channel. So a lot of it is going to come from this phone right here, and a lot of products and accessories slash just general things for this phone are coming to the channel, and I'm very excited to share them with you guys. I personally am a big fan of MagSafe, and that's a little hint right there as to the future video. So hit that subscribe, hit that like button if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Till then, peace.